Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Endless Legend, where Blue is going to have a rough couple of turns. The good news for them is that after those couple of turns, things are going to be very, very easy for them. So let's just get in here and make all that stuff happen. So in terms of victory conditions, we continue to gain dust per turn, but once Blue's down, expansion might be the right thing. I'm not sure. I don't know if Pink has too much territory for expansion to be viable or not. It's hard for me to believe anybody else is going to be winning the game at that point, though. Also, at some point during this war, I would like to run a single unit out into Red's territory to get a spy into their city, just because I think this is the time when they're most likely to be distracted enough for that to work. And then we probably just sit there and gain infiltration points until such time as we can get through their fortification, right? Yeah, so still the end of last turn. I don't think we have any other stuff that we need to do here. We have plans. We know the directions that we are going in. So there might be some reprisals. I think we definitely want to commit this attack as quickly as possible at the beginning of the turn. I don't think there's anything else that we need to do super urgently. But I don't want them running reinforcements over to Oleran. And I think that Ziama Adya plus the Predator should be enough to make that attack work. I don't think we should need everything else. You don't quite have the movement to get in on us. These fire ships are, you know, they're regenerating faster than I was afraid they might. Let's just build. I would feel a little bit more comfortable if we could get one more out. Alright, the Titan Bones have ended. How many Titan Bones are we short? We have 36, we need 55, right? No, we need 60 now. They'd be able to buy 24. Are there 24 on the market? Yes, indeed. Okay, let's just keep those running. Alright. The battle. Like I said, I think that Ziama Adya and the Predator together probably have this under control. But reinforcements are, of course, always welcome. Actually, I want to be down here, right? Because they're close enough that I can shoot them from here, but it's awkward for them to get back to me. So Ziama Adya just blocks this dude. Make this not a space that he can run through either. Your play is to go over there. Okay. So to be honest with you, I don't know what the spooky red flying X is. It's definitely some kind of Ardent Mage's spooky blood, dust, pain magic. You know, that spooky blood, dust, pain magic. It's my favorite Red Hot Chili Peppers album. Who knew that the Ardent Mages were so into Anthony Kiedis? Okay, my my backup units are not really ready for a fight. That's okay, you guys provided a distraction. That's really all I ask. Alright, 2 new cities for SB. Let's try to get vision of Reg Cena. Now, Reg Cena is a little bit older. They did not just settle Reg Cena, so I would expect it to have a functional garrison. We can see Cha is on 180 fortification with 5 units in it. However, the army over here is actually good at fighting. That doesn't mean that I necessarily want to fight an army with 180 fortification on top of it. What about a guy? Let me step over here and get a little bit of... Okay. So now we more or less know what we're up against here. An awful lot of red units closing in on the area. Pink has a bunch of stuff that is threatening Yegg. Seems to me Blue's going to be hard-pressed to survive this. They got Justiciars with 90 attack, 80 damage. These are not great units for the moment that we are in now. The Ateshi Zealot's a little bit better looking. These Warlocks are fine. Compared to my guys, we're looking at 141 attack, 155 damage, 104 defense. their melee units are a little bit softer in pretty much every way. That said, they do have the Rising Fire thing, the thing that all Ardent Mages have, that makes them deal more damage when they're on lower health. So we have to be wary of that. They can suddenly kill your units. But to hope that Red is advancing enough of a force here to make this a real problem for them. And then, like I said, I'd love to break one of these guys off to go and implant Gulayawa in Red's territory, but I'm not going to jeopardize the killing of Blue to make that happen. Alright, Olaran, you need to build something. Right, Olaran has, like, actually nothing in it. We stole it from them before they could build even a single thing. Yeah, we're going to need approval. We're going to need approval real bad here. We also have a settler who is about to settle, because I need more cities. So let's also buy some buildings here. Literally no industry. Well, that won't be true anymore, because Mill Foundry. Right of way? Right of way is probably the next thing to focus on. We have 6 dust. At least I'm being efficient with it. I'm really using it. These ships... What I want to do with these ships is get them closer to the other ships that are going to come out of Eopoli. And then I want to mash the runaway key as soon as I start the next turn, so that we get into reinforcement range. We can bring all of our boats to bear at once. Adenda probably does not need to maintain its garrison right now. Right? We have others. There's a lot of other stuff happening, so I don't think I'm in any danger from Red anymore. I'm also wondering if I want to acquire the luxury intensifier. Yeah, I think so. We'll just build ourselves a luxury intensifier on these guys, these Titan Bones, because you can never have enough Titan Bones. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pop these dudes out. I don't think we have to be over here anymore. What are all my heroes doing right now? Gulayawa is unassigned, not necessarily particularly great at army, but maybe this is a reasonable thing for Gulayawa to do temporarily. Or we could just make Gulayawa a temporary governor as well. In one of these cities where we're buying a bunch of things out, that's actually probably... Yeah, this will be a bunch of XP, right? And you're close to the frontier. Okay, so we cannot get... we cannot take a guy. We do 45... fortification damage, but they've buffed up their regional buildings. You can see they have 50 health now. If we had a full army, we'd be able to pillage this out in one turn. I might go back here. Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to run into the forest in the hopes that I will be able to get to a guy. There's an eye, right? Yeah. Hopes we'll be able to get to a guy as these units push forward. Or this might end with them coming after me here. Definitely a little nervous. And if they come after me, that bodes pretty well for them on a bunch of other... Or bodes pretty ill for them on a bunch of other fronts, so it's not really the end of the world if I have to retreat. And then we can just go pillage a watchtower somewhere and get all the health back, right? So, for the sake of these boats, we are fleeing. If they want to just take my fortress, that is totally fine. We will unite our two navies, and then we will come after them 6-4. We are 1 space faster than they are. Artillery ships only have 3 movement by default. So they will not be able to... Oh, he's just going to dive for treasure. It's a cocky play. Oh, I guess he didn't dive for treasure because he still has movement left. Alright, the spices have run out, and I traded a lot of our spices away, so we do not have more. Okay. They did not really move units away from a guy. We can't quite tell what's happening in any places that pink doesn't have units. A lot of our vision over here is pink vision. It does look like Reg Cena is extremely vulnerable, so let's go and take advantage of that. Ziema, Right, I didn't actually finish outfitting her. Okay, two things. Number one, at the very least, Tier 3 Iron Helmet. Number two, you have to have this. That's very important. And number three, you know what we could do is we could equip you with Personal Improved Life Trinket. Totally forgot it existed because it gets marked as obsolete for some reason. There we go. Okay, now you have the movement necessary to make this thing happen. So we're going to bring the Idiot Squad as backup. Alright, we should be able to grab this pretty easily. Very slightly more difficult than the last one, because they've used emeralds since our last battle. I don't know why you guys are all the way over there. Come on, stuns. There you go. Now it doesn't matter how bad our stats are, because they don't get to do stuff. Okay, hey, between the three of you, you managed to, in 2 rounds, get through his fortification. Nobody's gonna fault you for not trying. This is looking real grim for them. Okay, so this city's a little bit more established. It actually has stuff going on. Let's get it building something. We don't really care what. So, if I were to attack over here, we could fight just 4 units. What is this? It's 1 Ineka Wing, not a particularly well-statted one, and 1 Tedeke with 67 base damage, plus the 2 militia. Okay. Do we have vision of the entire battlefield besides that? We don't. There is 1 tile down here in the corner that I can't quite see. 2 tiles down there in the corner that I can't quite see. There could be armies on those tiles. Let's move to here. Okay, we have crazy vision right now. Are they gonna... Listen, do you want to attack me? Because I'll let you initiate if you feel like you want to initiate, if you want to be the gentleman here. No? Alright, we'll do this. We'll do this through 208 points of fortification. That's fine. Duke Unwin Weybridge, looking pretty unequipped over there. This is extremely doable. So, the Ineka Wing is a phoenix. When it dies, it's going to turn into an egg, and it's going to heal, and it will become a phoenix again if we don't murder it, and we're going to murder it. I'm going to remember to murder it. That's my solemn vow to you, the viewer. So they have a lot of fortification. You have sweep strike back, but not circular strike. So I think we actually want to focus on the Tedeke first, because screw these things. Also, why are my melee units so afraid of the enemy? Alright. So Duke Weybridge I'm not too worried about. I don't think he's going to be a problem. I want to kill you. Everybody... Yeah, okay. Looks like they came to the same conclusion I did. Everybody kill you. I guess that's just what the spell that buffs attack looks like. I almost never use the attack buffing spell because when I play Ardent Mages, it is stun spell or bust all the time. Stun spell. We did lose a dude here. So this is probably the time when we take down the Phoenix. This militia don't really have great damage. Yeah, we want to focus this Phoenix out. I think we should be able to get it. Well, we're not going to get it before its turn. I guess it's not going to get a turn. Because this assassin gets to go before it does. So we strip the fortification. And then we can probably tear through its health pretty quickly, even though it's a lot. Crack that egg. Okay. Well, this is looking pretty bad for them. So, we have only 2 melee. Yeah, I guess my hero and their hero will go one-on-one while we try to burn through the militia real fast. Wow, good, really good damage from the archers here. I probably should have had that assassin just withdraw. I wasn't really thinking about it. My brain is already thinking, like, after this battle, what's the play? Wow, really? He managed to take 0 damage from everything that round. I guess he has 284 defense. Well, if we don't get the kill, this could be pretty bad for us, actually. Okay, I know he has a lot of defense, but come on, 0s all the time? Alright, so we have 1 more round of combat. That should be sufficient, I think. Yeah, we're gonna be okay. No, we are not. He has 6 health. The fact that the Duke managed to take 0 damage for an entire round of being attacked really sucks. That sucks a lot. Alright, well, we can get the city very quickly at the beginning of the next round. Problem is, I have a lot of things that I need to do very quickly at the beginning of the next round. Once we take a guy, they're down to 2 cities left. Pink has a bunch of armies, although it's worth noting that a bunch of Pink's armies fell back. I don't really want to fight these guys right now. Not that we couldn't, I just don't want to. Honestly, maybe we couldn't. My losses in that battle were bad enough. Maybe we couldn't. Alright, we have some dust here. We can buy some units this turn. It's probably a thing worth doing. So we need some more melee. Right, to fill in the gaps there. So we take a guy, and then we... See, what I wanted here was to be able to take a guy, and then have these units run away at the beginning of the next turn. Just, like, distract them so that red and pink can get in here and do whatever it is that they are going to do. Now I'm nervous. Okay, you guys are going up the long way to avoid running through lava. Gosh, I hope we wipe blue out here. Alright, so I just need to make sure that we attack at the earliest possible moment. What do you guys... Wait, whoa. What is happening here? Oh, I have the wrong army equipped. Or, selected. Like, why is it saying it's going to be 8 turns to move next to me? As soon as that happens, we go... Come on. Alright, commit that attack. Then over here... Yep, they're fleeing. Ugh, and they got a bunch of turbulence, reducing their movement costs, while a bunch of seaweed appeared in front of me. I still don't want to do this research agreement. I possess 50% of the colonized regions. That's true, I do. I'm so close to an elimination victory. So my understanding is the way that the victory notifications work now from an AI perspective is that all of the AIs in the game started really hating me. upon the moment of the delivery of that message, except for my allies. I think Pink is cool with us still. Sure hope so. Alright, we're building military units in lots of places. This should be extremely auto-resolvable. And you are actually going to back up because I don't want to get involved in a big fight over a guy. If they want to come take it back, they can. Okay, I see that Cha is... we can see it there at the edge of our vision. The Cha is being sieged right now. Let's have you come forward. We can transfer the good Predator over to this army, along with this assassin, who can join up. So we will probably see Cha cease to exist pretty soon here, which is great news. You guys can take a detour to search a ruin. I think that should be fine. You're certainly not, like, helping that much in battle, so you gotta do something. Look at us being so sneaky down here. So maybe we can look like we're just walking past, right? Even if Red sees us, if we're just moving past to fight Blue, maybe they won't notice when we drop Ziama Adya into their city. You in Naklaran probably produce... You know what? Let's get the dust depository out here and commit to dust in this city. This is going to be a pretty good turn for us, strategic resource-wise. Here in Audenda, just make a burrow. Yeah, because we have a lot of our extractors up now, so the double winter resources. Yes, 10 Palladium per turn. Very, very good. 12 glass steel, which means we're finally at a point where we can probably commit start committing books onto our heroes. Signal core is potentially valuable, although we actually can't really take advantage of it right now. Maybe this is the moment to pick up endless mechanisms. We got a lot of things to do. I didn't get to search all of the sea ruins, but also it wasn't going to happen anytime soon. And how's our approval level? Oof. I mean, part of this is ownership stuff, right? We have 3 cities that have low ownership levels, and there's a lot of population between the 3 of them. 4 cities that have low ownership levels with a huge amount of population between the 4 of them. So that's part of what's murdering that. I like this song a lot. So this army's probably going to have to commit to the defense of Cha. They're not really going to have anybody in position to stop Pink from taking Yig unless I take Yig, which is probably going to be our play here, is to move toward that. They could turn around and take a guy back to soothe the loss of Cha, I guess. But we have a little bit more body in the fight now, with the extra soldier being in the army and everything. Yeah, I think we can. I think we might actually be able to hold a guy if they turn around on it right now. And I can't rush you, but we can start building you and then rush you next turn. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to catch this guy. This sucks. And at the speed he moves, the turbulence is basically just gonna go with him the whole way. He's gonna be able to run from us as much as he wants. Well, there are worse things that could be happening. Like he could be sieging and destroying all of our coastal cities. So once we have eliminated Blue, we're going to have a very serious thought about our victory conditions. Can I transfer a unit? Okay, yeah, we have like a real defensive force here. What is this quest that just popped up? Sea monster. Can't, just don't have time to care about that. This ruin just became unsearched again, so let's research it. Okay, build a city improvement that increases influence to get terrible stuff you don't care about. Our city of Adenda was the target of an infiltration action. Well, gee, I wonder what color that spy was. I don't know that there's a great counterplay there. We could do a roundup. It's certainly not bad. Okay, so Yeg has a partial garrison with partial fortification. What we want to do is just get as deep into the forest over here as possible. So yeah, you can see the siege barriers here. We knew the enemy couldn't leave the city, so we just built a big wall around it. We had all the time in the world. What were they going to do? Alright, this assassin is kind of in the worst possible part of the world. Well, I mean, head over here, man. We'll figure it out. Settler can search a couple of ruins on the way over to Chisas. So we got ourselves 35 blood crystal and 120 dust. A blood crystal booster would not be bad. Is there blood crystal on the market? There is not. Okay, well, it sounds like there's about to be then. Roughly 35 of it. Ziema Adya can afford to drop back and grab this ruin and then still follow us up. Oh, an avenging army has some dust orchid. I don't even want their dust orchid. Wow, she dispatched them remarkably easily. Alright, I mean, she's probably not going back to spying, though, right? Because we're not going to have that many people to spy on. I guess she's a better spy than Gulayawa is, once she has double or nothing. She's also a much better fighter than he is, though. And we might need her to fight Red. Yeah, we'll start taking military points on her. Gulayawa is going to be our spy. Alright, run forward. Oh, I guess we have a source of Dust Orchid. The Dust Orchid from that quest actually does matter a little bit. Dust Orchid is lovely to have. This is definitely a place where we can start working on a dust depository. And can't build burrow streets. Did I lose population? Yeah, I think I'm short a point of population here. But I wasn't when I started building that, so I'm not sure how that happened. Well, we could grab... That's a lot of dust. Yeah, alright. Build an Abbey of Anomalies over there. So we're making some pretty good money. I'm just innocuously going toward the battle. The battle that we're sharing in, you know, the thing where we're working together and you don't have to fear me. Have no concerns. It does kind of seem like the campaign against Blue is running out of steam, except for my fighting here. Kind of feel like I'm doing all the work. Verkal will lose population next turn. Oh no. How many people do I have to put on food to make that not happen? Turns out, a couple. Yeah, alright, we're slightly positive there. And then we have a bunch of extra dust. So Verkal should definitely have a dust refinery, because everybody should have a dust refinery. Do these new cities have dust refineries? They probably don't, right? Actually, it seems like this one must. And then we have 2.5k dust left. I mean, we do still have to buy up into the next era at some point. This is a pretty good tech. Is it better than industrial processing? Probably, because we don't really want to put our people on industry. We want to keep them on dust. The Borers Guild is probably the right way to go. And cities that we've recently claimed, you could also use a dust depository. Similarly, you could use a dust depository. Look at all this population. That's beautiful. Oleran could use, like, basic roads. That would be okay. Alright. So we'll buy the Boars Guild tech next turn. Now what we want to do here is get far enough south that we can attack Yig without getting any of the reinforcements that are trying to guard Cha. This is our attack vector. This is what I want. Siege and attack. Uliyawa has some XP. You are going to continue to be a spy. Never stop being extremely drunk. Addenda, yeah, I mean, it's working on the Abbey of Anomalies. We will stop getting that message if I move the Abbey to the top of the queue, but in a situation like this, it doesn't actually matter. As long as there's something in the queue you can work on, you will work on the topmost thing that can take production, even if there's something above it in the queue that is a problem. Berdalta has finished making that guy. That guy is far from the front. He has a lot of moves from the front. He's not really that many turns from the front. Well, it may turn out that we don't even have to track this ship down, or these ships down, because by the time we get to them, the war might be over. I guess let's resolve this battle now. So they have an Echo Wing. They have Eslik Tarash without great stats. Cavalry Slayer focused to Eslik Tarash. And then they have 3 militia. So I think Tarash with his Chain Lightning is the most dangerous thing we have to fight here. The Echo Wing is a second, a close-ish second. So we want to make sure that Tarash is not getting to determine his targets, because his Chain Lightning doesn't work if he's counterattacking, as with most attack-type abilities. So there's not a lot of strategy to that, I guess. Let's see. You have 4 moves, so I want you to run through and hit the Phoenix. You run forward and punch that guy, and then we just shoot everybody a lot. Yep, and Guliyawa, I don't know, just pick a target. Everybody focus all of your bows on the hero. Not ordinarily how we would do things. So if Guliyawa, or if Ziema Adya goes down here, I believe she actually does get wounded out because she doesn't have an army, so she won't last stand. It looks like there's some very significant chance that might happen. That's not the end of the world. Focus. Alright, you guys should attack here. They're all before the assassin? No, they are not. The assassin is first. But unfortunately, if we don't have the assassin attack the Phoenix, then it's going to get into our dudes. So yeah, we still have to do this. Even though it's pretty likely that the assassins will kill it. Or the archers will kill it. Yeah, you're getting to see the real value of the Predator's mark in this war. Okay, well, I do believe this is over. So, Ziema... Let's have Ziema finish off the egg. We can do that, right? There we go. I'm going to have this guy just withdraw. And I think we have it from here. We can afford to have our actual army hero die, because he has last stand. I think blue's probably dead. Wow, 411. Solid hit. Got 100 influence points for that city, and I don't know why. Oh, because in the meantime, Red took Cha. I wonder if that was a bonus for the last city. Alright, new Empire plan will be unlocked in 6 turns. That is actually something I have to think about. We have a ton of influence coming in, though, and we've been gaining influence rapidly. What am I doing? So we need Mithrite to take good advantage of this stuff. We have 2 Mithrite coming in from a guy. We need to get Mithrite mining tech. Actually, yeah, what am I thinking? Not taking Rare Metal Foundry next. So Redalta doesn't have a anything to build off of that, though. So here in Redalta, it's probably just military. But, like, hold on. What's my victory plan now? Now we actually have to think about this. An expansion victory is 38 regions. We are at 15 currently. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. This is my concern. We can't win an expansion victory without taking Pink's land. I don't want to take Pink's land. Where's their capital? Doyak. So not exactly on the edge. So we can't... What is this? Oh, they're... Some quest army is sieging one of their cities. If we get rid of Red, then a well-timed backstab on Pink could win us an easy supremacy victory. I would feel bad about it, but it's certainly, like, in character for the Forgotten. Grab Gulayawa into the city, and then disappear into the night. Are they currently doing a roundup? They are not. Okay. So... yeah, we gotta... What my plan is heavily affects what we want to be building in our cities, right? We could try to take out Red. 10 units with more than 600 fortification plus all the armies and stuff. Their city's so large, though, there will probably be angles we could attack it from where we wouldn't have to deal with anything except the garrison. However, a garrison of 10 units is a problem even without the fortification. So we could build military units to go after Red. That's probably what we do. Any victory condition we're going for probably involves us taking Red. Yeah. Okay. Build military units. Build Hyperium Extractor, probably. Not super likely to matter, I guess. You can just go grab pearls, I suppose. Yeah, an expansion victory being reliant on taking several of Pink's provinces makes an expansion victory a little awkward, because I don't really want to be in a like an extended confrontation with Pink. If we could just suddenly take Doyak and immediately win the game by doing so, then that's one thing. But I don't want to like the slog of fighting through their army as we take multiple provinces off of them. And in order to set up for that, we have to do so much settling. It's going to completely crater our approval level. The Dust Victory is still, like, on the table, but it's a long one. It's a long table. We're at 8%. We would have to multiply our dust output by, like, a factor of 10 for this to be not, like, a couple more hours of my life. A diplomatic victory is not really... I suppose a diplomatic victory isn't infeasible. We're at 17% now. Diplomacy. I've generated 400 points. Feels bad. Let's try to eliminate red and then see about maybe surprise backstab supremacy victory, or maybe just declaring the game over because then the only players left are the ones in our alliance and we know we've won. It's like I certainly could do all the work of actually getting the dust victory, but it'd be a lot of like boring clicking menus and stuff, and like there's no victory threat or challenge or anything left. So yeah, I don't know. Let's see if we can actually get rid of red. I think that is the next step. So I'm going to want 2 full armies. Ziema Adya and, I cannot remember the name of our actual... Yes, Ayo Ado, each leading 6 to 8 units. Once we have that, we can start thinking about actually making a move on red. I assume that talking pink into declaring on red is going to be, like, total murder. No, that's right. Pink is already at war with red. If I declared war on red, they would like that very much. If red wiped out pink's capital, if red wiped out pink, then we could win the game just by taking red's cap. Yeah, it's going to depend a lot on what happens here. Here's what I'm saying. Here's my plan. I'm not going to try very hard to rescue pink from red. And we'll just see what happens without me being at war with red. It doesn't seem super likely to me that red's going to march all the way out and kill pink. But they marched quite a ways to kill green. It could happen. Yeah, they went all the way down to Rallian. That's not as far as they would have to go for pink, but it still might happen. I'm not giving you a research agreement. Yep, I could return to these ruins and inspect them. Sure. I like free stuff. Free stuff is fun. Okay, so now we have our big group of fire ships that's no longer chasing blue stuff. They can just sail around the ocean and take stuff over. That's pretty exciting. Okay, what is the sequence? Like, yeah, it really is just sail out and take stuff over, right? 6 reasonably appointed fire ships should be a match for any 1 or maybe even 2 neutral navies that we'll see, but we still have to be careful. Okay, they're not doing a roundup. I probably want to get away from the city, right? I don't want them to see me here anymore, for fear of triggering the same roundup that we saw last time, right? If they know that we are over here, they will know what is happening. Alright, we snuck out. I think we're cool. So we could get an expansion victory, potentially, if red goes after pink. And for right now, I think all of our units are just going to be grabbing ruins. We have a lot of ruins that need to be searched. You are going to put down... I don't even know where. There's no good locations in this city, or in this region. Okay, lust for loot at this point in the game. That's interesting. Get some really good stuff searching a bunch of ruins at this point in the game. So, yeah, I don't know. All the terrain in this region is horrible, I think is what we're learning. It'd be a little bit easier if it wasn't winter, because remember, we're not seeing the real values here. I'm going to put the city over here so that we can build a strategic intensifier on top of that. You don't actually have movement left. You were probably headed in this direction. I guess this isn't really that many pearls. You know what? That one's 4. Like, we're not really in a hurry. Oh, wait a second. Stop here. Search this. No, don't stop. Okay. Nope, he just, like, chose not to receive my click to stop there. Alright, 30 Dust Orchid. That's almost enough Dust Orchid to pop. No, never mind. I need 85. I need 85 of a luxury in order to fire it now. Empire has gotten largish. Probably will still need some Predators. At this point, though, we can focus people on dust. We don't need a Quicksilver booster. Burrows, though. Burrows we could do. Also, worth noting that we cannot build a strategic intensifier, even though we now do have an extractor on this Palladian. It just won't. It just doesn't want to do that. Yeah, weird. I don't know what that's about. I do know that this is going to be level 2 as soon as it's built, so that's fun. And over here, what are we working on? Over here, I guess what I would want to do is produce military units. Looks like we're going to have to edit the design once again. We are now back to having no Adamantian, but having a ton of Palladian. We're still only on Tier 1 armor. Okay. How expensive is research right now? Purchasable. I guess, actually, let's grab this. Grab Signal Corps. We're going to need to put together a couple of pretty large, pretty terrifying armies to be able to take any shot at Red at all. He's tough. He's a tough one. We need, what, 3 more? 4 more? 3 more. Alright, do we have stuff actually in all the queues? We do. Empire's large. I guess the city screen would be a better way of doing this. Ovoru will lose population. I don't want Ovoru to lose population. Let's counter that. We get this value, like, slightly positive? Yeah, that'll do it. Is there any Dust Orchid on the market? There's a little bit. We could almost get there. We get to pop our spices. It's going to be a while before we're out of content, unfortunately. We have a lot of low ownership cities. Yep, continuing to get spied on by Red, not really a big deal. Like I said, we have a solution in mind here. It looks like he is maybe taking the business of eliminating Pink fairly seriously, which again could be a really good thing for us in a weird way. It's going to depend on how much stuff he's able to leave at home. God, 12-unit garrison, huh? His militia aren't super advanced. Honestly, none of his stuff is very good, is it? How's he winning wars? Also, Jesus. Man loves his influence. Alright, actually, speaking of influence, let's take a moment. I would like to maintain something like this. Yeah, I would like to maintain this exactly. 2880. Actually, we're going to be fine. We don't have to do anything at all. We're going to be way past 2880. Alright, so what do I want you to do? I guess where are the other ruins around here that haven't been searched since we re-popped them all? We can go do some of that while we're waiting for the rest of the armies to come together. Okay, explore 2 temple ruins before the end of this winter. You know what? I'll try. Oh, also, totally forgot Lust for Loot. That. Okay. I can search that. Be at war in the next 10 turns? I don't know. We'll see. Tome of Endless Savagery. Hey, what happened to just, like, large amounts of dust? You remember when ruins used to give us large amounts of dust? I guess, yeah, head down for this stuff. Like, there's not really a lot of value in positioning right now. We kind of have to wait for the wave that is their current force to wash over us. I know these guys are bad, but they're still bodies. I can still get them into Ziema Adya's army and at least be gaining XP off of them. Build a city in a new region within 5 turns. I don't know about that one. Oh, we have the settler up. Right. Right, I do, in fact, know about that one. So we would need 26 Dust Orchid in order to make this booster fire. There's not enough on the market. Do you have any? You do not. Well, thanks anyway. How about you? You have 1, so it wouldn't even help us. Okay. Looks like we're just gonna see that be delayed, because I think I do want to just get the city down. Let's go ahead and grab Borer's Guild. 2 more techs. Advanced Harvester, I suppose? And then, like, something to do. We could pick one of these so we have something to do with our, all of our Hyperium. It's sweet Hyperium armor or something. Oh, right. Right, I forgot about that quest, because I had discounted. I was like, that Dust Orchid's not enough for it to be meaningful, but we got a bunch of other Dust Orchid. And so all of a sudden, it totally matters. How much grass silk is on the market? Only 14. There's a bunch of Quicksilver. We can make a Quicksilver thing happen. Get to 90? Well, I do want the approval boost. We don't actually have enough dye to get a dye booster going, although we're close. Yeah, alright, let's buy the Quicksilver. So I need 72 Quicksilver. Okay, that was a lot of money. Alright, we're going to push back up to happy, like, next turn, probably, thanks to that. And that is something I'm very pleased about. Probably we should try to grow a little bit. Oh my god, this winter needs to end. Austrian could probably move everybody over to Dust. Yeah, that's good enough. Let's see if Red's force actually does start doing damage to Pink. It seems unlikely to me, given the stats that we have observed on Red's units, but Red has managed to carve through 2 other players at this point. So, presumably they're doing something right. Alright, you need... What do you need? We do need a Dust Revitalizer. Somewhere. Adenda, yeah, Adenda's the place where we do that, right? I think. Pick up Advanced Harvester. I want to push up into the next era. As quickly as possible here. Alright, we searched those already. I want to search this. So we're not actually that far off of having 2 full armies worth of units. Need to go and lust for loot. We would have to get really, really lucky still. And again, it helps our cause if Red destroys Pink a little bit. Alright, well, we could get access to exotic alloys, which is not a useful technology anymore. If we just bring a hero over to Lodera. Probably that's you? You know what? We could just unassign Ziema Adya and repop her on Rodera. Or load era, rather. Alright, we got exotic alloys. There's adamantium over here. Also, 640 dust. You know, at this point that number is starting to feel a little bit smaller than it once did, but it's still nice to have. And there's 320 influence waiting over here, which we can get pretty easily with the Sable Blade. Right, level 2 is not going to cut it, man. You're going to have to get a lot higher than that. Oh, Spice Extractor. Yeah, we should definitely have one of those. Should probably have points of population. That seems pretty good. Can we maybe move some of these people off of... Yeah, because we can build some population here. It's a little bit faster than actually birthing 3 times. And we are one technology off of moving up into the next era. It should... Maybe rare armor, because we already have... We have way more adamantium and stuff. This will give us access to some trinkets or whatever, but not like... Honestly, we're probably not going to use either of these, because we're not bringing this stuff in fast enough for it to matter. So maybe it is just industrial processing? Like a food tech? I could go back and get something I missed. Something that potentially matters. Better trade routes through cargo docks. Yeah, actually, I like that. Yamahadia needs to start moving back toward the front, but she can do that by moving through a bunch of ruins. We have a lot of stuff going on now. Well, we're going to achieve some compression. Didn't do the normal search on that. Okay, 10 Hyperion. Yeah, we'll achieve some compression. It's like pushing these armies together to make smaller armies. Like these guys could go and meet those guys, I suppose. In doing so, they can run past a couple of ruins. There we go. Hopefully Pink doesn't get mad at us about those pearls. I know they definitely can't see us, but that's not the only factor, apparently, in whether they get mad at us about taking them. And those are close enough to their territory that I could kind of see them getting mad, even though I think it's very unreasonable. Why, it doesn't make any sense at all for them to be mad about that. I don't really want to spend adamantium on this. I guess it is powerful here. We do have a lot of terrain with... Yeah, but it's... Okay, they're working on the Dust Revitalizer. Never mind. That's under control. We have a thing there that we are building. Alright. So a lot of weird loose units running around here. We just need to look for our opening, right? Which is going to be Red wandering off to fight Pink, probably. They'll know. Alright, finally back to get the rest of the life bonus here. So you guys, I don't know what you're doing. Let's go grab this ruin and then we'll have Ado walk back down there and merge up then. So 320 influence and also a small amount of dust. Sometimes units freak out when you tell them to move to the same space, which is why I intentionally did not do that there, and it did not prevent the freak out. Unit just like not willing to receive orders. Oh man, this winter could end any minute now. So an awful lot of red troops walking toward Pink's territory. It feels like we saw that happening quite a long time ago, and it still hasn't actually occurred, right? Like, the battle has not begun. I wonder if 3 units is going to be enough, or if 2 armies is going to be enough. Costrian, what do I want to do with you? I guess just more units. Be producing units and funneling them to the front slowly. Like pretty much everywhere. Sure. Alright, we're still, honestly, kind of a little too tight on Glasssteel for me to want to give any of our governors those dust production books. We've been tight on Glasssteel the whole game. Alright. She's under control. All of our cities are doing stuff, and we have a lot of empire to manage at this point. Alright, so cargo dock access. Neapolis should probably actually build those cargo docks. Alright, now we have some cargo docks, which means that our trade routes will probably improve a little bit. Does Pink have cargo docks anywhere? Maybe not. He has a coastal city, but no dock. So our trade routes maybe will not change even the tiniest little bit. That's possible. Alright, we can get commercial espionage, which allows us to get even more trade routes and even more money from them. We should probably care quite a bit about state-approved theater. Also, town criers is, like, extremely good. Alright, hold on. We gotta make sure that we are actually mining all of our mithrite. All, like, 2 of our mithrite deposits. Yeah, I think that is actually literally, yep. We could take over Silali, but approval still not ideal. Don't really want to add more settlements yet. God, we got really blessed with the wine deposits. Some very lucky things occurred there. Okay, so we're kind of headed toward a bunch of different victory conditions here. Where are we at? Like, dust is possible, but still very far off. So we would need still like 100, more than 100 turns at our current rate of dust income. And we're going to see it continue to rise, but going to be fast enough to matter. We can't easily get an expansion victory. Also, if I'm being honest, I find expansion victories like very tedious to do. It's like continuing to build settlers and put them down. It's a little bit better if you can fight your way through most of it, because you don't, you know, the cities are already functional when you take them and everything. Two turns until we're level 3. At level 4, we can nuke the fortification of the city entirely, so all the way down to 0. At level 5, we can set it down to 0 and prevent it from recovering for 10 turns. We're probably not that off of that level 4. The thing is, in order for this to be a good plan, where we surprise attack them with a stealthed army by dropping their fortification, we have to be reasonably sure we'll actually kill all the units in the garrison. Because if we go for this and it doesn't work, if anybody survives, then they have time to move armies into range before the next turn, and then we're fighting even more guys. So, 2 full armies, led by Ayo Ado? Am I remembering it now? Hell yeah, Ayo Ado. With the extra reinforcement space skill. So we get all 8 of the reinforcing units in 2 turns, and then we are just like raining tons of damage on them, I think it should be sufficient. And honestly, once we've taken red out, I might just call the game. I know that's like, we probably won't actually see an end screen, but like the game will be ours, right? It will be ours to win in whatever way we see fit, or just to wait and let pink win and ride to our coast to our shared victory. But that all depends on us actually being able to do this. So let's play one more turn here and then we'll end the video. We're talking about a lot of damage. Like a lot. 13 units is non-trivial. If enough of their guys are committed to the war against pink, even if we don't get them in 1 turn, we could still get them, right? Alright, so we need to pick up more units. We'll go from Yeg across Dutharad, I think. That gives us the shortest possible time outside of our own territory. Nervous about crossing too close to these guys. Don't want to get attacked and torn apart for no reason. You guys maybe just want to get back inside my border. Now, if Red were to declare war on us, that would be supremely annoying. Would we survive? Honestly, uncertain. I do not think that our survival in that situation is a foregone conclusion. That's why it's important that we use subterfuge, you know? Fair fight, not really my style. So we can rush you. What's my composition like now? So we take this assassin. This army has 3 assassins, plus Ayo. That's probably good enough. And then this other group that's coming up could use an assassin as well. We have 1 assassin and 1 predator finishing there, which will take us up to 7 units here. And we probably want 1 more predator to round things out. And then Ziema Adya leads this army into battle. Yeah, okay. That's the plan. So, what else? What other business do we have to do here before we end the turn? Okay, so yeah, you can just put a strategic intensifier right down on unimproved Hyperium. Don't know why it wasn't working in the other city. So we gotta get Red Sang Extractor up. Red Sang's a pretty good resource. Titanium is still a pretty good resource. Turns out we have a lot of uses for it. We should get 1 of these for sure. Seed storage in the queue seems like a good idea. And winter's gotta end eventually, right? It says so over in the corner. God, stuff is cheap now. Nice to be rich. Now, who still has movement? Ziema Adya herself, who I mean, I'm just gonna pull her over here. Nope, never mind. Can't do that until next turn. Alright, Ziema Adya herself. Can you loot me some ruins or something? Yeah, let's do that. So you're just gonna teleport anyway. And then we're just looking for our opening, really. How many turns? Next turn we'll know how many turns until we're infiltration level 4. Some pearls, I guess. Alright, and with that, I think we are going to call it here. It's an interesting situation. I feel like we've basically done it. It's a little bit murky as to what the fastest way to win from here is, but I feel like we're pretty much there. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time to see if we can indeed make the world perfectly safe for our beautiful alliance. And we'll see you then.